everyone, my name is Fiona and I am, of course, one of your co-hosts for the DM's Book Club, a podcast where we talk about some Dungeons & Dragons and how we might implement it in our role-playing campaigns. So, we have done it. We have finally reached the end of Series 2, and I'm starting to make some plans for the upcoming third series. But to tide us over till then, I thought I would share with you a little something special. As you probably know from the other podcast I run, What Am I Rolling, I am a massive fan of running one-shots. And as it's almost Halloween season, I thought I would just run a nice little horror one-shot for two of our semi-regular co-hosts, David and Sam. This one-shot, The House of Lament, comes from my favourite D&D sourcebook to date, Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft, which features everything both players and DMs need for running a horror-based campaign. As soon as I read it, I knew I had to run it for this podcast, and I'm so glad I did. You'll probably notice the audio quality changes every few episodes as we had to go from playing this one-shot in person to then online due to various work commitments. But if anything, it just goes to show that you can run any RPG, both in person and online, and it can still be fun. I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoy running it, and just to say thank you. Thanks to everyone who supported us during the last series. It really means the world to us, and we can't wait to see what the next series holds for us. So, without further ado, here is House of Lament. So you've just come from the side rooms and you heard this voice.
To clarify, only I've heard the voice.
So you've only just heard this voice that sort of called out to you, Tobias, saying if you want to succeed in all your dreams, you must go below. But it's like a tickle at the back of your mind, almost like a whisper. Just like you're undulating, but a very playful sort of like sing-song voice.
So Lila's heard me just go, yes?
Yeah.
Yes, what?
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 You said yes?
Sorry, I thought you said something.
No.
Oh, okay.
What did you think I said?
I thought you asked my name. It doesn't matter. It's fine.
Okay.
So where would you like to go next?
We are going to go into the main entrance room.
The sort of the foyer?
Yes.
Absolutely. So yeah, so as I described before, as you sort of come back into the foyer, you have this peeling wallpaper, this musty scent clinging to the walls, and certainly the doors, although they are now shut, you can still hear the sound of the rain sort of like padding onto the porch and onto the roof of the porch. There is a curving staircase rising from the cracked tiles floor to the balcony above, keeping its distance from a darkened chandelier. There are doors in every direction which you've come through, and you can see the other door, which is the parlour. And you can actually see Jennifer sort of looking around, and she's like almost finishing doing the final touches to the séance. And at the centre of the room, there is a bronze sculpture of an antlered eagle perched atop a marble pedestal, sort of like wings out, like very majestically, as if it's about to take flight.
Tobias will just quickly poke his head around the open door to the parlour and go, Jennifer?
Yes, yes.
Sorry, just really quickly, we went to the conservatory.
Oh, yes.
And ghosts.
Oh, it's terribly frightful, but that's brilliant. Oh, well, let's confirm that they're here.
No, well, it was quite dangerous, actually.
Dangerous? Oh, no, that's terrible.
There was a very scary woman with a parasol.
Oh.
I got forked.
Three gardening forks.
Oh, how terrible. She sort of rushes over to you, Lyle, and says like, oh, you don't seem too injured. I think you may be a little
He
rest.
points at the bleeding.
Oh, gosh. And there's like dabs at you ineffectually with a handkerchief.
Thank you, that made all the difference.
and then some vines tried to capture Lyle and keep him there.
Oh dear. Well, I say that room is now off limits to us. I don't go in there. It seems like the house is slowly but surely sort of like waking up, perhaps. But that's fine. As long as we stay in the parlour when we do the séance, nothing could possibly go wrong. And as she says that, there's a huge lightning strike and a thunderclap. And so like round of her words.
Right. Anything else that we need to that you feel that we should say?
I'm almost finished with the séance, ready to sort of start it. But maybe another half an hour or so. So if you wish to go and explore, or you can wait and we can do the séance right now.
mean, I've lost a bit of blood, but I think I'm okay for a bit. If we want to do a quick venture around.
Well, I think that we should keep exploring. And places like this normally have a cellar of sorts, and maybe if we do find anything of interest there, then that could certainly help your task.
Yes, I'm sure there is I will have to find the other plans, but I do think there's a cellar of some sort. Yes, it makes sense with a big old place like this that there'll be some darkened passages or some chambers.
Right. Well, we should check that out. Okay. Well, stay safe, and we'll find you when we've finished exploring this floor and downstairs.
Oh, no problem. Laurie, are you okay? Oh, yes, Jennifer. Don't worry, I'm fine. These two fine chaps have been protecting me all the way. Oh, that's dreadfully great. Oh, fantastic. Okay, well, good luck. And she sort of waves her now slightly blood spattered handkerchief as you guys sort of move off into the next room. So where would you guys like to go?
Okay, so if the very top of the house is to the north, we are going to go east from the parlour into sort of this room, which looks like a kind of sitting room of sorts.
Next to the parlour.
Yeah, just the door to the right.
Yes, so as you open it again, it looks a very similar sort of sitting room, actually, similar to the one you were in previously. This one's a little bit more lightly ordained. You see, this one actually is more... There's definitely more light in this room. You think Jennifer might have put in a few lights around this area because that's where she was before. Okay. This one is packed full of odds and ends. You think... There are definitely bits of old chairs here, overstuffed armchairs, bits of table legs and all that sort of thing. There's a whole lot of debris and stuff, and Laurie's like, oh yes, probably from previous inhabitants, maybe just putting stuff in. It's all sort of scattered and stuff, but I don't know. And there's another doorway across the way we could have a look, or the one to the north perhaps. And sort of points to those two places.
Yeah, well, let's
Should we go to the one to the east and work ourselves around?
Yes, yeah. That way, if we're making sure we've covered everything, then there's nothing that's going to quite sneak up on us or surprise us. So, yeah, we're going to keep going to the door to the east.
To the east, yeah. So you get to this door. This is a single door, but on it you can see there is a beautiful sort of carving of various musical notes that come up, and at the top of it, in almost musical scribe as it were, is music room in beautiful sort of adorning, and the door sort of opens, and you can see for this room, you just come from a room with lots of different furniture. In this room, the furniture that is in here is overstuffed. It's clearly quite pompous. Definitely the red wallpaper on it isn't as appealing at all. It is appealing, but it's not peeling. Anyway, sorry, terrible. But the overstuffed furniture is facing what looks like a handsome concert harp, which is dramatically sculpted as a flock of flying doves going up to the ceiling. And that's in the centre of the room.
Bit tacky.
And you can see there is almost like a set of there's one door off to your left, and there's another set of double doors off as well. This whole room again, there's all the different chairs. There's very hard back chairs. There's sort of an arm, another chaise lounge. But yeah, all facing this beautiful sort of harp. Again, as I said, sort of sculpted in almost like gold, all these doves flying up.
Having no sense of self-preservation, I would like to walk up to the harp and just to run my finger along the strings.
Fantastic. So as you start to do that, Lyle, are you doing anything at this point? I'll say that Harvey, Laurie, is looking around. Terribly exciting. This and he's sort of muttering to himself, making notes. What are you doing at this point?
I am watching Tobias walk into his doom.
Yeah, buddy.
So you start to play, and as you sort of do it, you hit the strings of it, and it makes a beautiful, sort of a discerning sound. So very, bing, so you just run it all the way. And as you get to the end, can you make for me a wisdom saving throw?
I'd love to.
Do it.
I'm bad at these, by the way. 4.
As you finish off that final note, your hand suddenly goes back to the top, and you start to pluck a tune out. A very sad melodic tune, but you have no control of it at all. It's almost as if your hands are being played by somebody else. Can you make for me a performance check now?
Let me just bring up my charisma.
Squire.
Yeah.
-1.
Yeah, that's what I figured it was.
Okay.
10.
10. As you start to do it, Lyle, you see this as well. You can see Tobias almost sort of jerking, trying to get his hands away, but the hands still carry on, playing this melodic tune Unfortunately, Tobias, as you're trying to pull your hands away, the fingers are almost stuck to the harp strings, and they are sharp. You take...
I immediately regret this decision.
You take 2 points of slashing damage this round. What would you like to do, Lyle, seeing this?
I'll try and... Tobias, no! I'll try and grab him and using my quarterstaff that I've borrowed from the twins, just lever him off.
Alright, do a strength check.
Not good at these!
Oh my god, Sam. How are you doing
Natural 20!
Amazing. So as you're starting to do it, you take another 2 points of slashing damage on your fingers. And the sort of the strings are now cutting into it, and the blood is sort of flowing down the strings. Lyle comes up and sort of goes, "No, Tobias!" and sort of like pulls you back. And just that sudden jerk, you're almost sort of snapped out of it, and you both fall backwards, sort of on your asses, and the heart ceases that noise. So you were almost like mid-playing, and it just silence, and the heart echoes around the room. Your fingers, they you can see now, it's almost like paper cuts essentially, and they have stopped bleeding, but you did take quite a lot of damage, and you don't know how much more damage you would have taken if you continue to play. Laurie is sort of like, "Oh gosh, are you quite all right, chums? What are you doing down there?"
No, that hurt a lot.
Oh no!
Yes. It's all right though. We should.
Right.
Yes. Well, I'm fine. We should keep looking around just in case.
This place, I'm beginning to feel, is quite dangerous.
Really?
Yes.
It's that just sold that to you, is it?
It was the fork and then the harp.
Oh, so the fork as well did. Right. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a beautiful tune you were playing. Are you gifted in that way? Are you musically gifted?
I have never picked up an instrument in my life, Laurie.
Incredible! Gosh, that was amazing. Oh, and makes another note of it. You can see sort of big swaves going like musically not gifted but can play harp ? Birds !
Over his shoulder while he's writing, Tobias is just going, felt like my hands weren't my own.
Hands weren't your own.
Controlled by something.
Oh, controlled ?
Tried to pull away.
Tried to pull away.
Couldn't.
No. But had help from wonderful Lyral Blimsall. Yeah. Okay, got it all down. Great. And a good work, team. And sort of like thumbs up with the lantern, like sort of like chum.
So I would like to take my shield back out and walk towards the next room. For the entire time, because I've got paper cuts going.
And that's the thing. The pain is starting to ebb away just because they're starting to heal in naturally. But yeah, just the way your fingers were playing, it's all again almost as if you were possessed by somebody to play this beautiful but haunting melody. Lyle, is there anything you're doing at this point?
Reveling in his unusual show of strength and prowess, he goes over to Laurie, who's still writing, and says, "And do mention that I'm quite humble, you know."
Of course.
You know, people don't necessarily describe myself as a hero, I wouldn't, but if the shoe fits...
Is that your catchphrase for your shoe business?
It's one of the 3 that I've written down.
Fabulous! Well, you have to trademark it, otherwise, you know, any old cobbler could get it. Any old cobblers could get it.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm taking that.
Yes, that's a
Cobblers.
As Laurie Weather May Foxgrove.
By any chance, is one of them something's foot?
Well, now you've ruined it now.
Sorry.
For viewers at home, we haven't seen each other in person for quite a while.
And David often gets the giggles.
That's totally fine. Okay, so you're going north. You're going into obviously you can tell that both of these doors, there's like a glass in them. So there's like a single door and then there's a double door. The glass in them, it's frosted, but you can see it leads into the same room. And actually, over the top of both these things, it says dining room.
Ooh.
Something's afoot.
I'm pretty sure I said that earlier.
No.
I will carefully nudge the door open with my shield.
Alrighty then.
No.
No.
I came up with that. It's an original me.
So behind Tobias you have obviously Laurie with the oil lantern, and you have Lyle behind them. There are chairs and candelabras covered in dusty sheets that attend this hall's broad dining room table. There are still life paintings depicting multiple grand feasts hanging on the walls, their faded oils making the food look rotten. There are several doors open to the dining. You can see the doors are open on the other side to the north. Well, the one door, sorry, is open to the north. And you can also see there's a sideboard off to your... It's off to your... It's you can't see it in the actual map, but it is off to your left. But what you notice as well, so obviously the table is covered in sheets, and you can see obviously all the chairs are. At one chair towards the top right of the room, there looks like there is somebody sitting there underneath a sheet. A very small looking figure, a small humanoid, and you just hear a little giggle from the top.
Sorry, 1 second. Heroically, Tobias just goes, nope.
Shut the door.
Yeah, I shut the door.
Oh gosh, what do you think that was, chaps?
I don't care.
What did you see?
I saw a small person hiding beneath the sheet giggling.
Oh, somebody in good humour. That'd be nice. Should we go and say hello?
Nope.
No?
I don't know what to do, chaps. Yeah, there was nobody else here when we arrived.
That's because they're a ghost.
A ghost? Well, we must investigate then, and we must see what their business is.
Nope.
Look, clearly the harp has had an effect on him. What say you?
I mean, I have mixed feelings, Laurie. I mean... This has all happened very quickly.
Yes.
This morning I was putting to work on the final bits and bobs on number 8.
Oh.
And now there's a possibility that I'm going to interrogate a ghost.
At the end of every second sentence, all you can hear is Tobias going, nope.
What? Laurie?
Yes.
What are the pros of going into this room?
Oh, well, the pros is that we find a bit more about the house.
No.
If there is a ghostly presence here, maybe we can communicate it, maybe get Jennifer in, see what it wants, and then put it to rest. It is. I will say, the last couple of times we've not actually found any ghosts, so this will be a first.
Well, that's certainly exciting.
Yes.
2 now.
Okay. This is like a dining room.
Yes.
Are we heading kitchenwards?
There is a kitchen, I think. It's just beyond the dining room, I think, from my map. Yes.
Well, if we... I'm a little peckish. This looks a little out of date, but if we go to the kitchen, might be food. Or in the cellar, beyond,
Yes. Oh, well, I mean, I would say there's nobody lived here for some time. We are, in fact, the first residents in over 2 years, so... I mean, there may be food, but it might be a little out of date.
I'm more interested in the food that will be in a bottle and not actually be food and be liquid.
A wine connoisseur, I see.
During this conversation, can I, slightly open the door, peek in, and see if the thing is still there?
Yep, as you do so, you open the door. You can see it's there. Sort of sat, it's like the furthest chair away. As you open the door and look at it, you can see whatever it is turns its head under the sheet to look at you. The door is open.
Immediately just shut it. Nope.
No?
Nope.
I mean, our friend doesn't seem particularly keen on this, but...
Okay, well, maybe. Let me see. Well, we could ask Jennifer. Maybe she's ready to do the séance thingy bee.
Oh no, we must go downstairs.
We certainly would, good chap. We'll definitely go downstairs.
We have to kind of go through this room, I guess, to get to the kitchen.
Laurie, I feel terrible. I've been going forward this entire time, and I've not given you the option to go first.
I mean, sure. I'm happy to go first, as long as you chaps are behind me.
I'll be right behind you.
Okay.
I said that earlier.
Okay. Well, here I go. So he opens the door. The scene is still the same as before. So there is this little sort of what looks like a small humanoid underneath it, like the size of a gnome or a halfling or even a child, sort of sat there. It's now directly sort of looking at and sort of so you want me to go up and chat to it, yes?
Yeah, I don't mind shouting out too from a distance.
Well, maybe we do stay back here and yell.
Oh, I mean, well, I'm more than happy to go up. I mean, it's quite exciting, isn't it?
Maybe we should just stay back and yell.
Okay.
It's just the last time we came across one of these, Lyle here had a fork in his shoulder.
And forked.
Oh gosh, I'm so terribly sorry. I forgot about that. I happened like 10 minutes ago.
And I cut my hands open.
Oh, you did? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it's very Okay. Well, if you look though, there's like a dust sheet over the table and stuff. So there doesn't seem to be any. I can't see anything that will necessarily come up and jab us and poke us.
No, but I have a slight fear that we'll pull back the dust sheet,
right?
And something will just go. And
oh, that would be frightfully terrifying, wouldn't it?
Hello? Are you a gnome, a halfling, or a small child?
There's silence over the room, and so there's an echo, and you probably can hear the rain outside sort of hitting onto the porch. There's no movement, no sort of sign of recognition that whatever's under the sheet has heard you.
Hello?
No response.
We're being so British right now, yelling hello at the ghosts.
I suggest we just, put on our sneakers and sneak round towards the other door.
Oh, capital idea. But a question, chaps. What if we need to come back through here? I feel bad leaving Jennifer by herself. If there's a spookiness going on.
And just watch Sam cross out sneakers on his sheet.
I may have briefly gone on shoepuns.com before this. How about we just in a swift motion remove the dust cover and see what's there?
Well, why don't I do it with my sword, because then I can try and latch it on and just pull it off.
Okay, I will there. I went on a training course on magic for beginners, so I'll see if I can prepare for that.
Right.
Laurie, what are you going to be doing to help?
Well, I've got a lantern. I can shine light in its face like a bright light.
You really are a credit to the adventurers.
Oh, thank you.
He's not one of the adventurers.
No, is he not?
I don't.
But if I was, I definitely think I would be a credit. You must tell Jennifer that. Because she says I should do more with my life. I sometimes.
I lift the.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So as you lift the thing, again, the sort of dust sort of flies everywhere the sheet is. As you lift it, you see beneath it sits a raggy doll in a frilly red dress. There is a white eye patch covering over a missing eye, and it's just sort of looking straight ahead.
I instinctively just hack at the doll.
Make an attack roll against it.
That is going to be a 14.
It hits. Don't bother rolling your damage. You sort of bring it down. Its porcelain face cracks and it just sort of falls apart. Like there's a big sort of smash as these sort of golden curls essentially sort of fall out of its head. You've you've caved in its head essentially, so to speak. So. And is
excellently struck.
I want to know that in no way did that look heroic. It was a full of
a panic scream.
Yeah.
And you hear a sound of footsteps, and you just see Jennifer putting, "What is going on here? Oh gosh, is everything okay? You're bleeding. Oh no. What did you do to this poor dolly? Oh," as she starts coming over and sort of starts to pick it up and say, "Oh, it's broken beyond repair, Laurie. If there was any spirits here, I don't know if we'd be able to contact them now."
It was laughing.
It was laughing. Oh, that's the first sign of ghosts being here, my dear. They're just happy and playful.
Lyle and Tobias look at each other meaningfully.
Of course. Well, it's perfect timing, I guess. I'm ready for the séance. If you wish to accompany me.
Oh, I was actually quite keen on checking out downstairs. We've not quite had time to do that.
Oh, but you see, the more people that are involved in the séance, the more powers and more abilities we can speak to the spirits.
Is it a quick thing?
I mean, it takes as long as it takes. We try our best and we use our powers and stuff, and it works. I'd say it takes about an hour or so. So
that's quick.
Yeah.
Would I have time to deal with? And I just raise my palms.
Oh yes, absolutely. So we could take a little sort of a little short westie in the parlour, and I can bandage you up, and then I guess and we'll just see what the spooky spirits want.
Sounds fun. Let's do that.
Lovely. Okay. Well,
Then we'll go to the cellar. We'll get that vintage wine. I know what you're after.
You've seen right through me. So we will accompany straight back to the parlour. You know what terrifies me? We're going to get there and she's going to be there waiting.
Well, the doll.
The doll.
No. Like, actual Jennifer's going to be there and we'll be like, who the fuck is this?
That would be amazing if I thought of that, unfortunately.
That level of genuine.
Idea.
That would be amazing if I'd thought of that.
Yeah. So she brings you back into the parlour, and so I would say you can take a short rest during this time. So if you want to use your hit die to recover any injuries you have. So yes.
So it says on here... Okay, so it's got the hit points, which for me is 2d8 plus 2, so I'm assuming a d8
it's
is...
d8, yeah. So it's 1d8 for your hit points.
Back up to full with 1.
Oh my god.
You got 2. Go for the second one of the day.
Do I? Oh yeah, I do have 2.
Mm-hmm. Go for it.
Jesus, I can't believe that's terrible. Well, that one's fine.
So you take
For the listeners,
Yes,
I
please.
rolled a 1 and then a 6. I was on 7 of 11 hit points. That was terrible.
So as you sort of get rested, you see like Laurie goes around and sort of dims the sort of lights. Jennifer sort of starts lighting certain candles and stuff and helps you bind your wounds a little bit. She is actually quite good at just making sure that you're okay. She just puts you at ease. Okay, so I don't know if you've been part of the a séance before, but essentially we oh Laurie, oh damn it, I don't seem to have my planchette. Do you have it? And Laurie said, no, Jennifer, I don't. You always keep this. Oh, well, how are we going to connect with them? You know, this little wooden thing that we use to move around the board.
Because I still have it. I bring out the raven symbol thing.
Oh, fabulous! Where did you find that?
Why is this yours?
Oh no, it is. I mislaid it, but that's exactly what we need is a little planchette to show where the numbers are put. And you can see on the board itself there's a sort of all these different letters and stuff and numbers, and you can see actually the whole now. If you put it on the board, it would move around and go to individual letters.
I don't think we should use this.
What makes you say that?
Well, when we found it, the horrible figure with the wings, this was left where it stood.
Oh, a sign. Oh, that's very exciting.
No, it's not.
What do you mean? It'll be totally fine. We'll definitely use one. And she pulls out like something very similar.
For the listeners, Fiona has just brought out a Ouija board.
Amazing.
So we're gonna actually do. If you're comfortable with it, we'll do an actual Ouija thing.
Comfortable with the bullshit of a Ouija board.
Well, I mean, the great bit about this is we are currently in Sam's home, and Fiona and I get to leave after this.
Alright. Oh yeah, perfect, yeah. As you can tell, it's a very cheap Ouija board.
I mean, when one is summoning demons, do we really need expensive things?
I mean, who knows at this
They're
point.
demons.
So Jennifer puts the planchette in the centre, and she says it's helpful to put both hands on it, like so. And so she encourages you all to do the same thing as well. And she takes a moment, and as sort of Laurie sits down and joins you across the thing, she goes, "Okay, so spirits of this house, we are strangers who come openly and without malice. Malice? Malice.
Malice.
Malice. We seek only to know your stories and to help you find peace. We entreat you, make your presence known." And it takes a moment.
I'm so tense right now.
Slowly but surely, starts to move.
G. Oh.
Grr.
E.
Gree.
Greet.
Greet. Do you think they're trying to say greetings?
Greety.
It might be greetings. It seems like it's going over to greetings.
Greeting. Greetings, you were right. Well done.
Greeting. Yes, I was. It's my intelligence of 9.
And so it definitely gets a little bit colder in the room. And I think we have someone here. Laurie, why don't you ask it a question? And we'll go round again, and we'll all ask it a question. And Laurie's like, oh, okay. What is your name, Spirit? And there's a moment again, and the planchette starts to move again.
M. A. Ma. Ma. It's an R. Marry. Marrier. No, it's not an R. Maria. It's Maria. Marias. Mariasi. 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 Mariasi.
Sorry, I can't find the L.
Mariasa.
I've lost it.
Mariasa.
Marius A.
And it stops. So it spells out Maria, then Silvra.
No, it didn't.
That's what it did.
Could you repeat that last bit? So Maria
Silvra. Tobias Thatch, being an absolute renegade and the hero that he is, is going to say, Maria, have you and I spoken before? Oh, that's unnerving.
No. Why is it unnerving?
I'll tell you later.
Oh, okay.
That said no, that's not good.
Maria, can we help? Took us a while, but yes.
The planchette moves across the board. Laurie goes, how long have you been stuck here, Maria?
So why?
Oh, God. Stupid board.
E. I'm presuming we're going to have an A next. A. R.
Years.
Yes.
She's been here for years. Are you the woman in the conservatory? It's going towards no. I don't feel good about this at all.
No.
Are we in danger from the other ghosts here? So we're in danger from the other ghosts.
Yeah, we appear
Points
to
to
be,
yes. Yeah.
I tried to prevent that, but it went there in the end. God.
I don't know what else to do.
Do we need to go downstairs to resolve our destiny here? V. E. W. No, V-E-N. She got it wrong at the first time. Eventually.
Yeah. It spells out eventually.
So we do have to go downstairs, but not immediately.
Right.
Do we need to go upstairs first? S. No. O. O.
Is it soon? Soon. Wonderful.
Fiona's regretting not asking for my blue tack that I offered at some point.
Laurie goes, maybe ask if it's trapped here, maybe we can help it in some way.
Are you trapped? I could have seen that one coming. That's a yes. Can we help?
Yes.
How?
It goes to E.
E. V. EVI. EVC. EVIC. EVICT.
Evict.
T.
The. Is it the?
Yeah, there's a sort of a sigh in the room. It's like, yes.
Evict the CH.
It's about to say child. Chimney. Evict the chimney?
Evict the chimney.
And then it carries on.
Oh, okay. So chimney W.
Sorry, I can't
E.
spell. No, sorry.
No.
Sorry.
WITCH.
Oh, the chimney witch.
What's the chimney witch?
Probably a witch that lives in the chimney.
As you sort of, as that thing, there's almost like the moment where there's a pop as one of the glass lanterns that Laura's explodes, and there's oh gosh, that's terrifying.
Look towards the chimney.
Oh, there is a chimney in this room. Yeah.
Yep.
It's currently lit. There's the sound of crackling logs and fire. It's like crack as the kindling burns merrily.
Anything unusual?
Do you want to go for a closer look?
Yes, please.
Right, perception check.
That's
20.
Stop.
Jazz hands.
As you go to it, you don't get too close to it because obviously it is still burning merrily away. And you can't see through to the back of it at all. You think it's pretty well blocked. And you can see the smoke is starting to rise up through the top of it. But what you do remember or recall is that there are several, when you were sort of looking out on the outside of these houses, thank you very much, when you're looking on the outside of these houses, this manor house, sorry, there were several chimneys, so several different fireplaces. You passed a couple, some in some sitting rooms, and some, that you definitely saw one in the dining room as well.
Yeah, we did.
Have a look at the chimneys we've popped past.
I think we must. All right. Well, let's go in the. You said there was a room where you felt that things were different, and then there was a room in which nothing at all happened whatsoever. Then we don't need to think about it.
Yeah, let's try one of those.
Yeah.
Which room is that? Just so I got that.
So we're talking about
the first sitting room you went.
The room where Lyle saw the workshop. And the room where Tobias was whispered to.
Excellent. Okay, so you go back and Laurie's like, Jennifer, you'll be okay here. Oh yes, Laurie, I'll be fine. Don't worry. These spirits, they don't scare me at all. It's okay. Well, just be careful. Beware of that fireplace or anything. Oh, it's totally fine. I scrubbed it out earlier. It's totally fine. And waves you off with a different spotted hand.
She's going to die.
Yeah.
So you go back towards the sitting rooms that you went in. Both of you can make for me investigation checks with advantage because you are. So actually, that's a good point. Are you going in and looking and going into the fireplaces, or are you looking at it from a distance? Like, what's your plan? I guess of your action.
Tell you what. Considering that my wisdom is slightly higher, I will take a distance approach.
I will prod it with my stick.
Okay, so a perception check for Tobias and for Lyle an investigation check.
Advantage.
With advantage, yeah, with advantage because you are helping each other, I think, with this.
11's my highest.
18 is my highest.
Okay, so with a little bit of guidance as well, sort of you definitely feel the back of both of these sort of fireplaces. Again, you can tell from the way the room is structured that these fireplaces share the same flume, essentially, going up. And maybe you do a moment, certainly. I guess you are a little bit shorter than Tobias, Lionel, and you sort of look in and peek, and you can't see the top of it or the fireplace, but there's definitely also stutters of it. So it has been used, probably not recently, and you have like a good clangle round there, but there doesn't seem to be anything in these particular fireplaces.
All clear.
All right. Well, we can go and look at the other one, the one that was in the sitting room and the dining room.
Yeah, on the other side of the house, absolutely.
So we're going to go over that.
All right, doing the same thing?
Yep.
All right, so perception check with advantage, investigation with advantage.
14.
10.
14, 10. This time, again, you are trying your best, but this whole house is starting to creep you guys out now. Like, the séance, the slight sort of, the floorboards as you creak around. Like, this house has clearly not been lived in for some time, so there's definitely sounds of, like, of damp and the peeling wallpaper and stuff. So you do try, but you don't seem to find anything within this particular part of it. When you're going back into the dining room, by the way, the doll is still there with no head. Just like sort of bodiless, headless. Sorry, near the head of the table, just sort of slumped forward a little bit where you kind of left her. But nothing else seems to have changed in this room.
Can I just like pick up the doll and just like put it in the corner facing the corner?
Oh, like Blair Witch style, absolutely.
I just want it not to be looking anywhere.
Wait, it currently isn't. It doesn't have a head. So.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I mean, you could put it in the fire.
Hey, you're thinking of burning it?
Well, it's creepy as F.
I mean, it doesn't have a head anymore, so it's even more terrifying. So
I've already left the room, carrying the doll towards the nearest fire.
I mean, I guess the one that's only lit is in the parlour.
Yeah, I'm dragging the doll by its hand into the parlour.
I just love the idea that if it did, it just stops and like doesn't let you go. But no, it's Jeff's like, oh, what are you doing? You just go, nope. And you just
Nope.
yeet it into the fire, essentially.
I don't even address her. I just throw it in the fire and walk out.
Oh, that's such a shame. What a pretty dolly. And walk out. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Don't even look behind you. No, fair enough. And yeah, you can hear the sound of new kindling being put onto the fire of the doll. The porcelain itself doesn't really burn, but the dress certainly catches fire, and sort of little wafts of red sort of go up the chimney as you leave.
Right, well, kitchen, and then we'll look downstairs.
Let's go, yeah.
Okay, yeah, the kitchen is just over here. And so you can see the doorway is actually already open to
Of course it is.
the kitchen. The kitchen itself seems like a complete shambles, essentially. There was a rack that was previously suspended from the kitchen ceiling has crashed, crushing a table and scattering rusted pots and cooking implements everywhere. Towards the back, there's a sizable iron stove built into the north wall, and there's several doors leading off from this room. There's debris and broken furniture, making this whole area, one would say, difficult terrain.
Can I investigate the stove? See if there's if it is just a regular stove or if it's kind of going up almost like a chimney.
Yeah, absolutely. Lionel, are you doing anything?
Just a general look around the room, just seeing if there's any forks that are going to fly at me.
Nice. You can do it with advantage because Laurie will probably be helping you at this point because he's a bit of a, as you can tell, a bit of a foff. So he's like, okay. So do that first. We'll go.
Okay, that will be a 16 plus nothing.
So you can't. Looking at the cupboards and stuff like that, you can see there's lots of cracked plates, rusted implements and stuff. And as you're sort of looking through, there doesn't seem to be anything of value here either. Tobias, you go to the oven and you sort of open it up. And it's a simple oven. There's little more than a fireplace with metal racks ranged behind an iron door. But what you can see, though, when you open it, there in the middle, on this rack, there is a caramel chip muffin just on the sort of the rack just there.
I immediately shut the door.
The door shuts.
Nope.
Nothing?
No, there's a muffin in there.
Oh.
No, there's a muffin in there that looks perfectly tasty and lovely.
Oh, lovely. What?
No.
Oh.
There you are.
Yeah, because we were not in a lovely place.
So which one of us is going to eat it?
I'd argue neither.
Did you find something, chaps?
Yes, there's a muffin in there.
Oh, fabulous! I am famished.
No.
Oh.
There's a muffin in there.
There shouldn't be muffins in ovens.
No. Not in houses that have been abandoned for years.
That's correct. Oh,
Yes, it's quite bad.
It's a ploy. Oh.
My father said never button or a muffin. That's in a dusty cupboard.
Oh, I think in this case, a muffin is the American term rather than the British term for muffins.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I certainly
It's one of those domains of dreads where it's Americanized.
certainly wouldn't butter one of those.
Oh, terrible. What a terrible taste.
But the point is, it's still dangerous and probably
I
problematic.
mean, it's a muffin. What could possibly go wrong with a muffin?
Do you want to eat the muffin?
No, not now. You told me not to eat the muffin.
I'm not going to stop you if you want to.
But I did open it. Okay, let's see the muffin.
I open the door.
It's still there, and it looks beautiful. By the way, Lionel, it looks like it's almost like you can almost see like the little heat come off because it's just perfectly been baked, as if it's come out of like British Bake Off.
Give it a nibble.
Is this how many horror movie mistakes we can fit into one
I
episode?
haven't eaten all day.
So you start to nibble it, and it definitely all that sort of beautiful caramel, it almost melts in your mouth. So
It's very good.
And as you do it, you bite on something, and it's quite hard, and you sort of like come back from it, and you can see just inside is what looks like a toenail. Does a 23 hit you?
Yes.
Tobias, you can see as sort of like sort of your friend turns around and goes, I think there's something in this. Out from the top of the ceiling, you see an arm appear. An arm with way too many joints for it. Long, spindly, with blackened fingernails that comes out and grabs towards Lionel. You take 2 piercing damage as it grabs you, sort of your arm, and pulls you into the heart with things going places. Can we roll initiative for me, please?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
What do people get?
7.
5.
You know what? I think it's because we're playing truly terrible characters that we can't roll at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And someone had to have a bite of the cupcake.
Who would do such a horrendous...
Lyle has a very sheltered life.
Okay, so that is...
I like that I've defaulted to, the guy who sees anything horrible in the horror film and just goes, nope.
Full of nightmares, absolutely.
Lyle lives a very sheltered life. He doesn't read horror books.
Tobias has quickly abandoned this I'm a heroic knight approach.
It's like, oh gosh. Okay, up first is Laurie, seeing you pulling, goes, oh good chap, no. And as he goes, so the door starts to swing shut. He will make a strength check to try and stop the door from shutting on
Laurie,
you.
you champion.
Gets a 3.
Oh shit.
So it pulls too quickly and the door slams shut with you trapped inside.
In the oven?
In the oven.
I'm in the oven.
It's then the witch's turn. The witch, you underneath your feet, Lionel, you feel it getting quite hot inside. As suddenly there's a roar of flame as the hearth bursts into flame.
Oh my God.
I'm going to roll for this to see.
Okay, 5 or more.
You take 8 fire damage.
Well,
Wait, didn't you get some health back?
I did.
Shouldn't that have taken you back up to...
I've got 7 HP total.
Oh, never mind.
So you just feel the heat burn and your limbs start to crisp up as the sort of the flames start to come to you and you fall unconscious. Tobias, it is now your turn.
I'm going to try and open the oven.
Okay, you sort of make a strength check to see if you can get it.
Is this strength or is this athletics?
Athletics, if you need
Oh,
it.
thank God. 15.
15 is just what you needed. You pull open the door and you can see your friend sort of flop out, completely soot covered, but completely unconscious, with the flames still getting higher and higher. And you can just see the snaking sort of hand go back up inside the chimney.
Can I slam the door shut?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, great.
Lionel, I'll say that's your turn.
Yeah, that's fair.
Lionel, make me a death saving throw.
Lyle will make his death saving throw. That is a 5.
Does not make it.
So that's 1 fail.
Laura's like, gosh, let me see if I can help. And he sort of tries to like pat out the flames and stuff like that, trying to sort of to stabilise you. He only gets an 8, unfortunately. Doesn't help at all, so no advantage on the next check. He's like, oh gosh, well we must take him. Maybe we'll find some. Maybe Jennifer might help us. What do we do? And it sort of goes. Oh no, it's the witch's turn. You can hear a horrible screeching noise coming from the oven as something or someone is, or it sounds like breaking iron racks to try and get out of now a closed oven on fire. Tobias, it's your go.
I would like to put Lyle over, pick him up, put him over my shoulder.
Yep.
And I am going to run into the parlour.
Okay, easy enough. Like again, he's
full action movement, all of it.
He's a slight lad, put it that way. So yeah, easy enough, and you can feel him like again. The burns are quite severe, almost like sort of 2nd degree, 3rd degree. You know, you're trying to get him away from this thing, so that's fine. Lyle, death saving throw for me, please.
Oh my God! It's a natural 1.
Lyle dead.
So, Lyle, you are... Hang on.
Death by muffin. What a way to
That
go.
went so south so fast.
I did. Let me find the page for this.
Yes!
So Lau, you can feel your body being moved to, like, from the place. You remember the fire engulfing you. You remember being taken out by your friends and they're trying their best trying to save you. You can feel your body being, like, sort of hoisted onto a shoulder going into the parlour. And then as soon as you hit the parlour, all time stops, freezes. And you feel a physical presence put you down. You see your body blackened, sooted, burnt on the ground, but you are not. But you can see it. You're seeing it outside yourself, and you're just stood there. You look down at yourself again, same sort of burns all over your hands, all over your sort of your legs and stuff, and you're like, huh, that's really odd. There's just a voice at the back of your mind saying, oh dear, that's a shame. I can help with that if you want. Bring you back. If you accept my gift. Just a little thing.
A gift? What's the gift?
Oh, I couldn't possibly say, but if you wish to go home, just a little thing, a little compromise.
Well,
you feel like almost like a spindly thing, like a tentacle or something on your shoulder.
Well, without the apprentice intern in training of Plimsolls and Sons, the whole company will fail. I have to go back. Yes.
You accept.
I have to, yes.
Excellent. And suddenly you feel like as you take in a huge breathful of air, almost like you're coughing out soot and flames and stuff. You're on 1 hit point now.
You're right, chap. I thought we'd lost you.
Yes, I'm back.
Yes, I've been carrying you. Are you all right?
Thank you.
For what? It's quite all right.
The muffin. What happened?
So you bit into it, and then you pulled out from your mouth what appeared to be some kind of toenail, and then a thing reached out of the oven and grabbed you and pulled you into it.
That marries up with what I was thinking happened.
And then I opened the oven and pulled you out, and then slammed it, and then ran you in here, and you went a bit still for a second, and I got really worried, but you were fine, so it's okay.
I feel a bit scorched.
Yeah, maybe we should sit for a bit.
Yeah.
So it was quite frightful. And you can hear outside in the corridor, hear some bashing, some wailings and stuff. And Laurie and Jennifer sort of shut the doors. Well, we should be safe in here. There is definitely some wards, whatever it is. Maybe a nightcap or something. Just the storm might blow over, and it clearly needs a bit more of a rest.
Yes, I feel that if we spending the night might be an idea.
Okay. That's fine. We can, and you can see they start pulling out like tinctures and stuff like that, and some sort of like healing creams. You see, certainly Jennifer has she pulls up over like a carry case, which opens, which also comes out with various different compartments.
Amazing.
Yes.
She's like, okay, well, this one might sting. And like all over, but it soothes your wounds, and slowly but surely they start to knit back together, as one wants to do in this sort of fantasy Resident Evil land where things knit back carefully together.
Just stick my arm back on.
Yeah.
Reasons why I'll never play that game.
Yeah. And you can hear this whole time during the next couple of hours or so, unless you tell me otherwise. The room obviously stays locked. Whatever is outside it does try to get in at various points, but for whatever reason the door remains solidly shut, even though the twins seem to put up like various chairs and stuff against it, but it never manages to pull enough force, so you think you are in a safe room, so to speak, here.
Is there a typewriter?
There is a typewriter.
Oh my god.
There's a certain weird music happening as well.
It's weirdly peaceful, but not.
Yeah, it's very unsettling. say, well, it's fine. I was I don't know about you, Jennifer, but I was a bit sleepy bye-byes after that terrible seance. I was a bit spooked by it, but it's totally fine. It's totally fine. So I guess my question is to you guys: who's taking watches? If you're going to take watches.
Well, Tobias is feeling fine, but probably a little bit concerned about his friend, so he'll, he'll take watch.
Okay.
I'll take second watch.
You need a sleep.
Okay. I'll take third watch.
You need a sleep.
I won't take a watch.
Okay.
Okay, no, you do you want, but yeah.
The Weathermay Foxgroves are like, well, we can help with the watches. There's no problem. Just making sure, like, you're all right, chap. You seem a bit, well, I mean, a little bit half done. It's okay.
A man was burned. Have some respect.
Sorry. Sorry, he was making shoe puns before. I thought I'd get in on the baking roll.
Buttery biscuit paste.
Jesus Christ.
Excellent. Okay, so you're taking the first watch.
Yeah.
Tobias, so make for me a perception check.
14.
14. The wind, certainly outside of the house, gets louder, and sometimes you can't tell if it's whatever you saw coming out of the chimney making that noise or the wind itself, but nothing seems to get into the room, and you're given a time. You are shaken by what has happened, and you think about all the stuff you've seen, the stuff in the conservatory saying uninvited. You think about the sitting rooms and the harp that played that terrible music that you could not stop playing, the scary doll, all that sort of thing. You go, God, this place is awful. Why did I come here? But before you're sort of relieved from your watch, you do consider about that voice, that sort of little whisper saying, what, everything you dreamed about is below, and whether or not that tempts you to go below is you ponder on that for the last couple of hours of your watch. It's then the Weathermay Foxgroves, so it's an 18 and a 6. So both of them they actually sort of stay up together a little bit. So that's why the end of the watch is a little bit sort of like a bit doolally. So they and if anything, less so yourself, Lionel. You get through the sort of. You just conk out. You're totally asleep at this point. But I think for Tobias, you keep getting woken up by very excited mutterings like, "I can't believe it! It was like a caramel chip muffin. Oh, like a BAP. No. It's an American thing. It's an actual muffin."
I am trying to sleep.
Sorry. Shh. But yes, very exciting. Yes. Going out throughout the
Immediately the same volume.
Absolutely. Lionel, during your dreams, you sort of obviously dream about obviously a very traumatic thing, but you do fall into a deep, restless thing, and there's a point where very quietly in your ear, so sort of you're sort of turning over just in the early hours, you just hear, hey.
Oh, hello?
Hey, shush.
Shush.
Yeah, just quiet. Look, you're lying on me.
Oh, sorry. Oh.
Yeah. And as you sort of turn over, you can feel under your arm something move. Like underneath sort of where your sort of armpit and your torso meet. Something squidgy. Oh, that's better. Couldn't breathe down there.
I'll look at that area.
Yeah, so you open your shirt and you can see just there, maybe about like a 2 inches, 3 inches across, a very tiny humanoid face protruding out of your sort of your thing. His eyes sort of flick up at you. He's like, hello. Hello. Shh. Calm down. It's okay.
What the...
It's fine. We're together now.
What? Yeah. What?
Hello.
Who? What?
Brian.
I like that he doesn't have a thumb, but it's implied. Brian.
Hello.
Who? How did you... What?
Well, that's a bit awkward. You died. And then you didn't. And now I'm here.
What? In my armpit?
I mean, I didn't choose it.
Why? What is... Brian?
Yes. Hello.
Why are you in my armpit?
Well,
you accepted the gift. So now I'm here. I'm the reason you're alive.
Right.
Yeah? And now you need to do what I want you to do.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, so you're like the main trainee in manager assistant of the shop.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you roll for me a d6, actually? I want to see what this agenda is.
5.
Alright. It's a bit of a weird one, but I don't want you dying again. I don't want you to die because then I die. So, no matter what, you can't be in any harm whatsoever. Where are we?
We're in an extremely dangerous supernatural house.
Oh, that explains so much about you. Okay. Well, I need to percolate on this.
It is a lot.
Right. I mean, at first I thought being in an armpit was quite a lot. But now I see we're surrounded by dangers on all sides. Tell me, where is home? Is it safe there?
I mean, relatively. It's dull, so mentally not particularly so.
I love an average existence.
And unfortunately,
Right?
it seems like... Now, Brian, I don't know how up to date you are on the current situation, but...
I was born about 6 hours ago.
Oh, right, well, welcome, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I'm so happy that I died.
This is supposed to be a horror. Fiona is currently dying.
Unfortunately,
Right.
as far as I'm aware, we have to deal with whatever's here in order to get home.
Oh. Well, okay. Do you not have servants for that sort of thing? Because, you see, normally my Dark Lord makes gifts with any, it doesn't, we're not any person, usually with high-ranking officials or people with purpose. What's your purpose?
Brian, I make shoes.
I guess that's a sole purpose. Okay.
Oh my god, get out.
Fuck's sake, there goes another one.
Look, in order for this to work, we have to work together.
We're just using all your puns.
Yes. Yes, I mean, it may be a soul-destroying enterprise.
Good one.
Thank you. But,
So we'll lace things up here.
Brian, you're an interesting addition to my life. But not an unwelcome one entirely.
Oh, no one's ever said that to me before.
So, armpit Brian,
Just Brian to your friends.
let's work together on this.
That's right. But you got to keep out of danger. Very important, because I don't want to die. And you don't want to die.
Yes, let's make your existence no less enjoyable.
And just one other thing. I wouldn't mention me to the others. I assume there are others. I can't see anything, but I've heard them through your ears.
You wouldn't want to mention my armpit
'cause-
friend.
No, because then they might kill you, and I don't want to be in danger. So keep it all hush hush.
That makes sense. I'm with you, Brian.
Thank you. Can you stop sweating so profusely? It's getting in my eyes.
I'm sorry, they haven't invented deodorant yet.
What's that?
I don't know. We have it for shoes, but not for armpits.
Wow. Maybe you should put them from the shoes onto your armpit.
Oh my god.
Right.
Okay, Brian.
No, good chat.
Night, Brian.
Right.
And then you hear sort of gentle snoring going from your armpit.
Can us around him hear 2 sets of snoring?
1,000%. Of course you can. Oh, certainly whether May Foxgrove's like,
Is that you? No, I don't snore. Oh, yes, you do. No, I don't. Jennifer, you do snore. Oh,
That's so mutter on. So you're awake. You are definitely awake for this. Some certain mutterings coming from I know what's called. You don't necessarily hear all of the conversation though.
Yeah. I presume it just sounds like Lyle's talking to himself.
Yeah, in a sleep sort of thing.
Yeah. Morning?
Morning comes, yes.
You all right, old chap? It sounded like you were having terrible dreams.
Yes. No, I thought my shirt was talking to me.
I've had that dream. Yeah. It's. I think it's about anxiety that you don't think you present yourself well enough.
I don't know why that would be the case.
Anyway, Jennifer, I presume you're going to.
Yes, was it a new door, new day, new séance at some point? I guess. I mean, we've not heard any sounds from outside for a little while, so we'll get ready for the next one, and see what we can do. Really.
Well, I was thinking it might be an idea to. I saw another couple of doors in the kitchen, and it might be an idea to have a look there.
Oh, a smithing idea. Yes.
I will be right behind you, but with a distance of at least 10 feet.
Right, so it's going to be me, then Laurie, then you.
Yeah.
Okay, well that seems reasonable. That's what we've done before, and it worked reasonably well.
Certainly does, doesn't it? He says yes.
Who says yes?
I do.
Yeah, from the armpit you hear, nice, good job.
Thanks.
Yeah, he's speaking. Currently, you just speak to you in your head, but I like the idea that you do respond back to your armpit like that.
Tobias is just staring for a second.
Let's go.
And with that, we'll end tonight's session as you go out and discover more of the haunted house.
Amazing. You just had to go and die, didn't you?
I wanted to eat the muffin.
You do now both level up to level 2 on the thing, so you do get a little bit more hit points.
Thank you so much for listening. You can come find me and pretty much every other co-host we've had on the show at What Am I Rolling, a twice-monthly RPG one-shot podcast, available on the What Am I Rolling website and wherever you listen to podcasts. I'm hopefully going to start up our own official Discord for both What Am I Rolling and DM's Book Club soon, along with a Patreon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Thanks again, speak soon, bye!